up guys, DAVECHER here, and today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on the trick tornado. So here's an example of the trick tornado. Alright, so there was an example of the trick. The hand roll in there was just added to get to spike. So before you start this trick, I suggest that you're fairly comfortable with some other string tricks, such as a swirl, maybe like a little butterfly action, some of that. Just a couple of other string tricks so you have a little bit of experience with string tricks overall. And hand roll should probably be another one you know. So if you know some string tricks, this trick shouldn't be too hard, but let's get right into this. So the tornado that I did in the example there, I just went from spacewalk straight into tornado. But when you're learning this, you're not gonna really wanna do that. You're gonna wanna do it a little bit simpler. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the Ken, hold this in your left hand. Make sure you're grabbing the string right in the middle between the Ken and the Tama. Make sure you're holding it with, I do 4 fingers like this, my pointer, my middle, my ring finger, and my pinky. So have this grip on the string, like I said, in the middle of the string. Have the Ken in your left hand. First motion you're gonna wanna know how to do is this motion right here, where you swing the Tama up and over your arm, and then it does a rotation at the bottom, and it's just this motion. So it goes over your arm, does one rotation at the bottom, and then the Tama goes over your arm again. So this is really crucial, this part of the trick right here. Really practice this and get this in your muscle memory. The hand motion is going to be doing kind of something like this. It's going to look kind of weird, but you can start moving it. It goes over your hand, one rotation under your arm, and then it goes over again, and it's just this motion, this loop. So this is the first part of the trick, but obviously this is just with the Tama. You need to do this with both the Ken and the Tama. So once you get really good at this motion, like I said, it'll take some practice. Make sure you're doing it right. You can add the Ken in. So you're gonna do the same thing, but you're gonna let go of the Ken now. So you're gonna bring this, start swinging the Tama forward, and you're gonna kinda guide the Ken under your arm like this. So swing the Tama up and let go of the Ken, and all in one motion. If you practiced the Tama motion enough, you should be able to do it with both the Ken and the Tama like this. This is what the tornado is gonna look like. As you can see, the motion I was doing with the Tama, the Ken just follows along after it. So it goes over your arm first, does one rotation underneath your arm, then back over your arm. So this is the motion right here. You kind of need to practice keeping them separate so they don't smack together. So it's kind of just a feeling and muscle memory that you got to get. This trick honestly took me probably the longest out of any string trick to learn. Just for some reason, the feeling of it, I couldn't get it down, but eventually I was able to get it. It just took a lot of practice. Once you get the muscle memory, once you do it once, you'll pretty much be able to do it every single time. So this is just starting from holding the Ken. It's not really a nice start. A different way to get into tornado is by holding the Ken in your right hand or your dominant hand and just doing a spacewalk. Except when you do the spacewalk, when it comes around like this, you're gonna catch the string right in the middle. Catch the string and then go into the same motion again. So that's gonna look like this. Throw it, catch a string, go into the same motion like this. So that's pretty much it for tornado. There's not that much else to explain. Just really get comfortable with the motion, with the Tama first, and you can add the Ken in, and that will definitely help. So remember, over your arm first, one rotation under, back over. It's just this loop right here, and it definitely feels like a cool trick once you're good at it. It's a fun string trick to add into your spacewalk flowy lines. Looks pretty good. And then to get out of it, you can just grab the Tama. I didn't talk about getting out of it, but say I'm in tornado, you can kind of it's really hard to explain, but kind of let the Ken fall a little bit, if that makes any sense, and let the Tama come towards you and then grab it right there. And you can do whatever you want out of it. So that's pretty much it. I don't know if I explained that good at all, but hopefully I did. It's a really fun trick. Also, one more thing, I forgot to say this, try and keep it as flat as possible. You can see sometimes people will do it where it's more vertical, and honestly I think, like, I can't even really do it, but try and keep it flat and horizontal like this, because it definitely looks better. It's more like a tornado that way. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully it helped. If it did, make sure to tell me down below. Make sure to leave your suggestions for next week's tutorial down below. And yeah, if you guys liked it, make sure to leave a like, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.